Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convey.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Tattletales. Thank you to home for tuning in. You know, I wanted to reaffirm today one little point that we haven't said for a long time, and that is that our studio audience is divided into three sections: blue, banana, and red. And they vote and root for their celebrity couples who win money for them. Now, that just sets up the whole thing. I haven't done that for a while, and I tend to forget that. So, if you will, on my left, winning money today for the blue section, Mr. Orson Bean and his wife, Carolyn.
I'd like to say...
What would you like to say?
That if the blue section wins, which they will, they will make their best possible deal, and then I will give them a rebate in addition.
Hey! A rebate, huh? Carolyn, are you going to give him a rebate, or what are you going to do?
No, that's up to him.
It's up to him?
I don't understand it.
You don't understand what that's all about?
No.
Well, okay. Let's see if the banana section's couple understands what it's all about. Winning money for them today will be Bobby Troop and his wife, Julie London.
Hey, mate.
It's nice to have you both back today.
It's good to be here.
Thank you for coming. Julie, how are you?
I'm fine, Bert. How
are you ready to go?
Yeah.
You know, I've realized everybody's been here before. We have no rookies today. So you guys should really be super, right?
We will be.
Sure, it's Old Home Week.
Winning money for the red section today, Mr. Army Archer and his wife, Selma.
Hey. Hi. Hi.
Hello, Bert.
Hello, Selma. How are you, love?
Oh, I'm in the pink for the Reds.
In the pink for the Reds. Okay, and Army's got a red shirt on, too. I was just saying out here before, everybody's been here before, so we have no newcomers, no rookies. You know what to do. Let's start winning money. Shall we do that?
Let's go.
Here's the first question, worth $150. Ladies,
mercy.
a recent survey of married women showed that the qualities they want most in a husband are kindness, sense of humor, faithfulness, and material success. Which of these four is most important to you? Kindness, sense of humor, faithfulness, or material success? Which of the four is most important? You have to pick one of them, and that's tough. Think about it, girls. We'll come back to your answer in a minute. This question is like, how many times a week do you beat your wife, isn't it? Orson, have you been thinking about it?
Kindness.
Kindness, sense of humor.
Sense of humor.
Faithfulness, material success.
Well, I think that if I came home and said, ha ha, sense of humor, I'd just been with the broad that works in a 5 and 10 and spent all my money.
Yes.
But I said it in a kind way. She wouldn't mind, so I'd say I pick kindness.
You'd say kindness?
I think kindness.
I guess kindness is...
Kindness, sure.
Very
kindness.
important.
Yeah, well, material success, forget. I haven't been to work in 3 years. I come here, earn this bit of money, and I lay off for a month and a half. You know me.
Well, all right.
Hang around the house vacuuming all the time.
But don't you think Carolyn might think faithfulness is rather important as well? Or
Faithfulness? Yes, I think that as long as I... yes, I think faithfulness.
I didn't think it was that funny, you know?
Faithful, kind, trustworthy, obedient.
No, she's not married to a Boy Scout.
Clean, reverent.
Let's bring her on. You say kindness.
Yeah, kindness.
Carolyn, which one of those four, I'll read them off to you again, kindness, sense of humor, faithfulness, or material success, do you think are most important in a marriage?
That's what most...
Or inequalities in a husband, I'm sorry.
It's really Hobson's choice. Well, that wasn't what I looked for, but I guess sense of humor, given that list.
He thought about that. That's not the one he picked, though. Tell her what you picked, though.
I said kindness, dear. Sweet thing.
Yes.
Yes.
You sweet pussycat, you. I'm sorry, no score there. Let's see how kind he is.
No score. That's the trouble with that list.
No, that wasn't on the list. Bobby, what's Julie going to say?
Which is the most important quality, right?
Yeah, the most. A recent so the qualities they want most in a husband.
I think if I weren't funny, Julie could tolerate me. I think if I weren't wealthy, she could tolerate me. I think What's the other? If I weren't kind, I think she could tolerate me. But I don't think she could tolerate me if I were unfaithful.
Really?
Then don't tell her.
So I would say no. I don't think she could tolerate infidelity.
That's the one, huh?
So I would think faithfulness.
Okay, that's the quality that she would want most, you think?
Yes.
Let's bring her on. Okay, Julie, this survey showed married women wanted most in a husband kindness, sense of humor, faithfulness, and material success. Which of those four is most important to you?
Well, I think that if you want to goof around, you just shouldn't get married. I think faithfulness.
That's what the man said. You're right. And
they're all important.
I think goof around is as good a term as any.
Goof around.
Covers it very nicely. You're absolutely
Come on, honey,
right.
let's go home and goof around.
Never mind. Army, what's Selma going to say?
The wording on this is so very important.
Yes.
I wonder if you could ask it one more time.
Surely. It says, a recent survey of married women showed that the qualities they want most in a husband, the qualities they want most. And then it lists all four of those qualities: kindness, sense of humor, faithfulness, and material success. But which of these four is most important to you? That's how we directed the question to the ladies.
I think that... Well, that's a toughie, isn't it?
See,
I think it's understood almost without question, as Bobby said, and as correctly answered by Julie, that if you're not going to be faithful, in no sense getting married. So that's something we didn't even, wouldn't even think about. I think
Right.
that someone would look for in me. And material success, I think you marry people, for better or for worse, for sickness and health, And sense of humor, we're surrounded by it all the time, so she doesn't need it from me. So I would say that kindness would be the thing that she would look for.
Kindness, you see? We have 2 votes for kindness.
I went down with that one. Let's see how you
Yeah, here we go.
There's two nice guys out
Okay,
there.
we got a couple of nice guys and 1 winner so far. Let's bring on Selma and see what she says. Selma, which of those 4 are most important to you in a quality in a husband? Sense of humor, kindness, faithfulness, or material success?
I'd hate like hell to give up any of them.
Right.
But if I have to choose one forever, it would certainly be kindness.
That's what the man said. You're right. Beautifully done. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Julie and Bobby, Selma and Army split that pot. We'll be back to see who splits all the rest of One Count Does in a minute. You come back through. See you in a second.
All this week,
Good morning.
have breakfast with Buzzer. Weekday mornings starting at 9. It's the most important TV of the day.
Hold the applause down here. People are sleeping.
Here we go. Question
That's what
number
you
2
say.
coming up. This question is
Saw you
worth
with my husband.
$150 as well, ladies. If you are ready, here it is. Ladies, think back to the days when you were dating before you were married.
Wow. Oh, excuse me. I was thinking of that.
Yes, no, don't you think about that. Were you disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss you on the first date? Think back to the days when you were dating before you were married.
Yes.
Oh, you dirty old man. Were you disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss you on the first date? Think about that, girls. We'll come back for your answers in just a second. Bobby, we'll start with you. Do you think Julie was disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss her on the first date?
No, I don't think she'd have been disappointed at all.
Really?
No.
She's discussed this first date business
With today's
you?
permissiveness, why, it goes a lot beyond that.
Yes.
The first date.
Right. They do?
But I really don't think that Julie would have been disappointed had she not been kissed the first date.
Did you kiss her on your first date?
Yes.
Was she disappointed?
I'm a very big kisser, you see.
Army says, was she disappointed?
No, she wasn't, Army.
Okay, you're going to say that no, she was not disappointed.
Right.
Okay, let's bring her on. Julie, were you disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss you on the first date?
Not at all.
That's what the man said. Boy, you smart today.
I always had to be turned on by a guy mentally first, and that's why I had to check that part out first.
Right. And if that worked out, then everything else was okay.
You
Followed.
bet.
Right.
Okay.
I understand. I got it. Thank you, Julie. You have a share of the pot as well. Army, what's Selma going to say?
Did you say if they didn't try to or if they succeeded?
Boy, see the newspaper man? I tell you. He watches every word. No, it says, were you disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss you on the first date?
Well, you know, girls, when you were going to high school, or even some of you younger, and the fellow went out, and whether he did or didn't try, the next day when you're talking to them all, you know, at lunch hour and so on and so forth, he said, oh boy, did he try, and so on and so forth. So I'd say yes. I'd say that she was disappointed.
She would be disappointed
Right.
if the guy didn't...
Yeah.
The red section is getting restless.
We found out what the girls think.
Yeah, okay, let's see what Selma says. Selma, were you in fact disappointed if a guy didn't try to kiss you on the first date?
Well, yeah, I would like him to try.
That's what he said.
I told you so. I told you.
You know what he was doing? Selma, tell me if I read your face right. You were saying, now should I say honestly what I
Right.
really felt? I could see it in her face.
I must tell you something. My best friend had an older sister that, was very free with her advice, whether we needed it or not. So she'd, say, Selma, never tell a guy you love him. I was 16 years old. Never tell a guy you love him, and never kiss anyone on the first date. In the days that I was 16, which was not last week, kissing on the first date it was over.
Yes.
It was just you were a fallen woman if you
Right.
kissed her. However, I must tell you that I didn't always follow those rules.
No. The red
However, I
section,
felt very threatened when I did
the
this.
red section did not, they were wrong. You were right. So you're lucky that you've got her. She knew what she was doing. What's Carolyn going to say, Orson?
I don't know, but when I took Selma out... Oh, Carolyn would have been distraught. I mean, she said, what do I waste my time going out with him for? Of course.
4 hours, shut the...
Yeah, shot it. She didn't go out fooling around. She wanted a good kiss.
Right.
Sure.
Yes, all right. She'd be disappointed.
She didn't get a good kiss,
All right, let's bring her on. Carolyn, would you have been disappointed on a first date if a guy didn't try to kiss you?
Well, I'm sure that Orson thinks that since he did, everybody did. So I'm sure he said yes.
That's what he said. However, you're right.
And I still am disappointed.
But would you have been disappointed?
Sure you would, honey. Remember the Persian?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said yes.
Remember the Persian guy?
He may
that
be
didn't-
watching.
What
Yeah,
Persian
in
guy?
Persia? Some guy she went out with didn't kiss her twice. She said, the hell with this.
He was so cute.
Yeah, and you were disappointed. Okay, you all
Right.
have a share of the pot. It's
They went for
halftime.
a ride
It
on
takes
his
place.
rug.
What? If you will ride your rugs back to the rear there, we'll bring the ladies out front. We'll change places at halftime. We'll come right back for the second half of Saturday. See you in a minute. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. We have changed places after halftime. I have the ladies with me. Fellas, you ready to go? We have 2/3 of a tie game. Orson, you got to catch up here, okay?
Oh, shut up.
Here we go. Men, this was worth $150 too. Practically everybody has some odd sleeping habit. What sleeping habit of your wife's would you say is the oddest?
Ooh.
Ooh, somebody said. Practically everybody has some odd sleeping habit. What sleeping habit of your wives would you say is the oddest? Think about that, fellas.
Of our wives?
Of your wives. Or your wife's.
The first one and the second one.
No, the wife. Oh, no. I meant the present, one here. The one that's sitting up out here, okay? Think about it, fellas.
You remember me.
There they go. We'll start with Selma. What's Army going to say? What is your oddest sleeping habit?
I sleep perfectly. Like I could do everything perfectly.
Really?
Perfectly, yes.
Oh.
Odd sleeping habit. Does everyone have an odd sleeping habit?
Well, it says practically everybody does, so...
Practically.
Just your luck you found
Well,
three
I
people
have a
to
little
phone.
thing that I do that I don't think he's going to say it, but I just can't think of anything else that I know of. After all, I don't stay awake to watch.
True. That would be odd if you did.
About 4:30 every morning, I wake up like, my God, what am I doing asleep when I should be awake going over my problems?
Oh, so you wake up and go over your problems every morning at 4:30?
Yes, and then some mornings he says, you didn't wake up last night, dear, and we're very pleased about that.
I see. Well, then he does kind of know about it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'd find that odd. But I can't really come up with anything else, so
I
I'll
don't
have
think
to
everybody does it. So, you know, I'd go with that if I were you.
I have to.
Okay, let's bring him on. Army, what would you say is Selma's oddest sleeping habit?
Well, by some people's standards, it might not be, but she has the oddest dreams of anybody I've ever heard of.
Oh, really? Well, listen, that's not what she said, but I'd love to hear about one of those dreams. Tell us one of her odd dreams.
This is a family daytime show.
Oh, really? Oh, that odd, huh? Sorry, that's not what Selma said. Tell Army what you said, Selma.
I can't get over the question.
Or his answer.
Well, I do have odd dreams, and I dream a lot, and he never does, or at least he says he doesn't. No, I said how I wake up at 4:30 exactly, almost every night.
And goes over her problems.
And
Sound
goes
familiar?
over my problems.
Sounds familiar, but that wasn't what he said.
What he
Carolyn,
said was true, too.
How about Orson? What's he going to say? What is your oddest sleeping habit?
I really can't think of anything either, except that it took Orson a long time to get used to my wrapping myself around him all night.
It did?
Yeah,
Gee, it doesn't sound like Orson, does it?
It used to keep him awake, though.
Not when
really?
I dated him.
But that's the only thing. Just that
Getting used to.
I don't really think that's so odd. I never understood why he did.
Yes. Well, shall we ask him and see if he agrees with you?
Maybe he can come up with something better.
Let's bring him on.
I shudder to think.
Orson.
Yeah.
What is Carolyn's oddest sleeping habit?
Oddest.
Oddest.
This is a judgmental question.
Yes.
It's hard to say. Carolyn likes to sleep like spoons. In other words, like when you put spoons away in a drawer.
Yes.
But she keeps scrunching over to me. She keeps moving closer and closer to me, and I keep moving away, and finally I have to get up and go around the other side and start over.
That's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
She said, getting used to wrapping herself around you.
I thought she might have said because she decided she didn't want to make beds anymore, so now we sleep in a big sleeping bag. Like
Oh, I see, yes.
throw the sleeping bag in the closet, the bed is made.
That's not odd.
That's
Everybody
odd.
does that.
Oh,
Yes, that's true. I've been known to do that, too. Julie, what's
won't you
Bobby
join
gonna
us?
say? King-size sleeping bag. How about Bobby?
Oh, well, you see, I don't think it's odd at all, but I'm just super cuddler.
Oh, mercy.
And,
Gee,
I don't know what's odd about it.
I don't think there's anything odd about it. In fact, I'd give $1.25 if you just say it again. Terrific the way you said that. You're a super cuddler. Do you think he might think that that's... I was thinking along the lines of something you wore every night, or maybe a ritual, or something that you do every night.
A ritual? What kind of a weirdo do you think we are?
No, I don't mean that. I just meant... All right, you're going to say you're a super cuddler. Let's bring on Cuddles now. Bobby, what is Julie's oddest sleeping habit, would you say?
This is a terribly difficult question because she really doesn't have any odd sleeping habits. I mean, she doesn't snore. She doesn't sleep in any strange position on one arm. She loves to cuddle, but I don't think that's odd.
Well, that's what the lady said. Yeah, okay. Sure. Absolutely right. Julie and Bobby, Carol and Orson split that pot. We have a very close game now. We'll come back and find out who's going to win the big one with the $300 question. Come back with us, Orson. See you in a minute.
Drama, deception, nighttime heats up as cool deals go down. On Sale of the Century, tonight at 7:30 on Buzzer.
Here we go. This is the double question. This one worth $300, and it's a good question too, fellas. Here it is. Men on the average, how much cash do you usually carry around with you? $25 or less, around $50, or $100 or more? On the average, how much cash do you usually carry around with you? $25 or less, around $50, or $100 or more? Think about that. This one's for $300, and anybody can win. We have a nice close game here. Okay. There they go. Goodbye, fellas. Carolyn, what's Orson going to say?
Well, it depends on whether he's just been to the grocery store and cashed a check.
Right. Well, what does he have on him today?
Probably 50.
Probably around 50? That's what you'll go with?
Yeah.
Around 50.
But stay out of our dressing room.
When you get mugged when you leave here.
Yes, right. Have you got that checked out, fellas? You can get back in their room now. They're out here busy. Okay, you'll say around 50. Let's bring him on, see what he says. Orson, how much cash on the average do you carry around with you?
Since I never know when I might want to buy a package of walnuttos, or some Drake's Yankee Doodles, stuff like that.
Yes.
25 or less is all I need.
That's not what, Carolyn?
What'd she say, 50?
Yes.
Because you always have your spare 20. That's
true. I forgot about my spare 20.
Stuck in your credit
cards. Because I might want to get a milkshake, too.
Yeah, right. That's about what they cost today, too. Sorry about that. Selma, how about Army? What's he going to say?
You heard of the Las Vegas bankroll? What is a $1,000 bill around 3 ones or something like that? No, he really carries around $50 usually.
About $50.
Yeah.
That was a big ad campaign, wasn't it? I never carry more than $50 and so forth.
And our American Express traveler check.
Yes, that's right. All right, you're going to say around $50. Let's bring on Army. Army, how much cash do you usually, on an average, carry with you?
Well, usually not enough for Selma, that's for sure. I don't carry around very much money, just enough money for her to go to the grocery store, so it's usually $50 or less.
That's what she said. All right, Julie, it's up to you. This will win or lose the game. I don't want to put you under any pressure, of course.
Thanks a lot, Bert. I would say Bob carries around $50.
Around 50?
Yeah.
On the average?
Yeah.
Around $50 is the way it
The
says.
kids are always hitting him for money, so yeah.
Right, so he's got to, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, let's bring him on and find out. This is for all the marbles here, Bobby.
It is.
Yes, sir. How much on the average do you carry around with you? 25 or less, around 50 or $100 or more?
I'd say around 50.
That's what the lady said. You're right. The Julie and Bobby Selman Army split that pot. They have thus split the pot. Time is up. The big winners, the banana section, with Bobby and Julie winning today. And we'll come back in just a moment to see how much they won on Tattletales. You come back with us. See you in a second. Okay, today, Bobby and Julie did it for the banana section with $350. We had a grand, a total of 1,350 big ones. Congratulations to you and to all of you who were, of course, lovely. Don't be a sourpuss. Orson, don't be a sourpuss. How are things on emergency? All set?
Listen,
Everything
he
going
just said
swell?
I didn't tell about your pillow. Your little pillow. He said, no. She said, I forgot about my little pillow.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
pillow.
right.
Does she sleep
You
with a
didn't
little
mention the
pillow?
pillows.
Well, she got it right. It doesn't make any difference. I hope that you'll all get it right and come back and see us again next time on Tattletales. Won't you? Goodbye, everybody. See you.
Good speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production.